What is happening? Your mic is gone. I guess I'm welcome guys. Welcome to Spurs Kings TV. What has can you hear me? Okay, cool. Guess I'm hosting. Welcome guys. Welcome to Kings TV. We're back with another preview. I don't know where my co-host has gone, but I guess you got TJ for today, innit? You got TJ and yeah, man. Okay, cool. So we haven't spoke about Spurs. Oh damn! What keeps happening?
Oh, well, even more.
All right, cool. All right,
Is
cool.
everything all
I
right now?
was.
Because I don't know what just happened.
All right,
No,
cool.
I,
Listen,
I
what
don't know.
what we're back in it. Welcome, guys. You know what, Has you just do it. I can't carry on doing the same intro.
All
Go
right,
for
welcome everyone.
it. I've done it like 3 times, and then I
Yeah,
disappeared, and I had to do it again. Yeah, welcome,
yeah,
guys. We're back.
we're live finally. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so unfortunately, yeah, it's been like a few weeks since we've done
It's
this,
been a
so we're
few
gonna have to
weeks.
talk about the previous games before
Mm.
this. So yeah, I think I'll start with TJ on this. Thoughts on Fulham?
I can't remember the game. I'm joking. I erased that. Erased that terrible game from my memory. Um, damn, Fulham was a low point, man. We played very poor. Let's be totally honest here. I believe we just didn't turn up. Let's be totally real in it, and it's becoming a concerning matter because we don't turn up to a lot of games. You know, how many losses have we had this season? Let's
TJ,
be
don't you
honest with
think it's a worry? Because for me, when I watched that game, I noticed Fulham were attacking the pockets that our inverted fullbacks were leaving. And obviously, Ange didn't tell them to push back. I mean,
you. Look,
like,
y-
don't you think it's a
you
concern? Because
you
obviously,
obviously know my stand.
Wolves did
Yeah.
what they did to us, yeah, and they were away from home, right? So it's very different. But do you think Fulham, like Marco Silva, saw the weaknesses and just exploited them?
Um. Listen. Look. You know it's a concerning matter, but I do believe that Ange is still building a special thing with Spurs. In it. Look. We might be one trick pony right now. In it. Let's be honest with you.
Big ups.
Um. One trick pony, but it's a case of us kind of building on a similar pattern because I was actually watching Saeed TV. Big up to
Mm.
him in it. In fact, I'm gonna tell you something later on off stream that I think it's a good thing for me, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you in it. But yeah, no, big up to him in it. Yeah, I probably I'll tell you after in it about
Yeah.
the thing in it. But I think it's a case of us building similar patterns. And look, we are going to be weak in certain areas, especially when Angie's still kind of like getting to understand his style and getting to understand the prem. And all of these factors come into you have to put it into a consideration. I don't want to be too negative about the performance because I know that this is his first season, firstly, and there are going to be bumps in our journey, like all journeys. There's always going to be downs. There's always going to be hard moments. There's always going to be performances like Fulham, for example, where we were just totally rubbish. Um,
But it has happened away to Brighton as well.
I know, and this does generally come down to Ange's tactics for me personally, because when you play against teams like Fulham, example, Wolves, example, even Brighton, they tend to attack our weaknesses. We are definitely weak against some teams, and until Ange until Ange adjusts and kind of like adjusts quick, because we can't be too negative on him. Yeah, okay, cool. Fulham was a loss. It is what it is. It's past my memory now. It's been like about 2 weeks. And I
Yeah.
don't really. I'm a bit annoyed that you asked me about Fulham because I kind of like got that out of my system. Had a lot to say when it happened, but now I
You know,
just
on this show we
generally
always
just.
talk about the previous game, so
Yeah, I know, but now when you've asked me this question, I don't even want to think about it because
oh, all right.
a it's a it seems to me like Ange needs to learn to develop in certain circumstances.
Do you think, can you
Again,
put down to inexperience of the Premier League then for him?
yeah, it comes down to him building. Again, you can't get everything right the first season. The same way a lot of people have said to me, um, it's a process, and the processes take time, and we have to give Ange time. I'm happy in terms of see you're gonna see a different side to me today because I had a very interesting conversation with a particular person, and he told me wait one season, see what he does next season. So I'm
Daniel
gonna
Levy, was it
look.
Levy? Or...
Look,
Sorry, I
I'm
just
not
had
even
to
going to
say
cut
that.
around
Sorry, I was
corners,
just
innit?
trying to
I'm not
say
even going to
that.
cut around corners here. Ange needs to learn quick, and he needs to be better at also. Yeah, Ange needs to be better at adapting to certain circumstances that happen on the pitch, innit? And again, it is what it is, isn't it? We can't win all our games, and it is the season is the season. We've seen up and down form. The first 10 games, 5 games, 6 games, or whatever, we're flying.
10 games unbeaten.
Think about,
Yeah, I think
think about it. And now it seems like we're struggling. Remember, the first 10 games, certain people in this chat, and I don't want to name names, innit? Certain people said our best builders, the best midfield out there.
Or we're going to win the
Happy
title.
feet,
That's
Harry.
the other thing. Remember, we're going to win the title. That was the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, it's about giving him time to adjust, and obviously allowing him to just have his space in it, But Harry, how do you think the Fulham
Yeah.
game was? Like, you were
He actually
there.
went. Harry actually
Yeah,
went.
yeah. You were there.
That's my first away day, so I probably picked it wrong. It's fair to say, but no, as CJ says, let's be honest, it's a bad performance, it's a bad result. Not what I expected. I thought we'd be tough. I thought we'd have to really work really hard, but I don't think any of us could, sit here and go that we were going to lose 3-0.
Perhaps my brother.
Yeah. So it's really love it. So it's really, really poor at the end of the day. But I want to give credit to Fulham. I thought they were very good, as you said, TJ. I think you're spot on in what you said. Actually, Marco Silva exploited our weaknesses. I think Andrew was taught a lesson or two in terms of you can't make changes that late in the Premier League, and your weaknesses were exploited. And for me, I still can't quite get my head around that 6 days before we go to Villa Park and win 4-0.
Don't you think, Harry, on reflection, right? Because obviously we won 4-0 at Villa, and in context in terms of the league, because we're fighting with them, it's a massive result. But don't we need to take into context the fact they played in Europe as well before that?
Well, listen, you're a negative person, so you're looking.
It's not a negative person. I'm just saying the facts. They played in Europe like 3 days before.
In terms of Villa played in Europe, true. We're tied, true. But I look at it in terms of that was probably the best second half performance I've seen for a long while. But I think both factors would be true. But we obviously same team, 6 days go backwards. And I said before the game, for me, I think generally after the game, that was a case of the managers sticking with the same team because they'd done really well in the previous game, but not thinking about the opposition and who can actually exploit Fulham and prevent being exploited. Because for me, it seemed quite common sense that, if Fulham came out and played us, which we saw after 9-10 minutes that they did, then someone like a Bentacle to put, his foot on the ball would be very key. So I don't know why he didn't even come on at half time, if not before. So, questions need to be asked of Ange because of that. But as Rob said earlier, we can't expect miracles. We had a really good start to the season, went toe-to-toe with City, Liverpool, Arsenal. At the end, we all sat here as Spurs fans at the start of the season and went, we will take bumps in the road, we'll take a battering here and there because we see the long-term project. And we've seen and just showed us just what he can look like. And I think that he is the right man, not being funny.
Man, stop this bullshit. If you guys are
I don't know what happened
moving
there.
around, innit?
I didn't
Listen, this
was that?
This can't go on this week. I don't know, man, but carry on with what you were
Harry,
saying, bro.
Bro, and I was talking, so I would do that to myself. I can't remember what I said.
You're talking about bumps in the road.
You were saying about Rob's comment.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we all accepted we'd take bumps in the road at the start of the season. It is what it is. And just showed us just how special I think it can be. I think he will lead us to success. I think we have to be patient. But yeah, overall, Fulham was disappointing, but it's about putting it right against Luton, and I hope we can do that.
Okay, I'll give my own thoughts on the game.
Before you give your thoughts, I want to tailor a question to you. Look, it's fair to say that Ange has had a hard few weeks. Yeah, we managed to beat Aston Villa, and we've managed to beat a few teams, but it's been a difficult run. Do you feel you can add your thoughts about the game
Yeah.
after your comment on this? But do you feel like Ange has been found out? And if he has been found out, what do you suggest he should change? Because I'm on the theory that if he's a one-trick pony, and this is just my own interpretation to it, so my comments only. Listen, it's coming out of the horse's mouth. If he is a one-trick pony, what do you? I believe he should adjust, especially if he doesn't have the players to play in the system. So going back to my question, do you think Ange has been found out?
Yeah, 100%. Because
And
the
what
Wolves,
do
the
you think
Wolves
we should do?
result, the Fulham result within a few weeks of each other is not a surprise to me. I mean, I think that the first 10 games we had the surprise factor because, I mean, no one really knew what we were going to do and Ange was going to do because, let's be honest, he was new to the league. The system was very new. I don't think any manager I know plays inverted fullbacks and inverted wingers at the same time. I know, and he also uses the wingers as sort of like extra strikers, and you could argue in some ways as well. Sorry, the fullbacks extra strikers in some ways as well. So I think we had the surprise factor, and after the first 10 games, we lost to Chelsea, which you called like 10 weeks before it happened. And I think that game wasn't really like a game where he got found out. I just think it was, as in a Spursy fashion, everything went wrong in the space of like 90 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think you look at the fixtures further down the line, obviously Brighton happened. But to me, it's like this whole system relies on Van der Ven. If Van der Ven's not playing, the high line doesn't work. And because we essentially play two people at the back 90% of the time. Because like I mentioned before, the inverted fullbacks, they go into midfield or even up front sometimes. And you basically have two players back, two centre halves. And maybe Bazuma or Bentancur will drop a bit. So essentially, you're leaving three players back, and then you've got these teams like obviously Wolves who have Neto, who've got mad pace, and you've got had other wingers. And I think a lot of people saw the Wolves game and they thought, oh, they're leaving a lot of space in the pockets. Let's try and use it to our advantage. And then I think that's what happened at Fulham because you could see
that is not Haz. That is not Haz saying that he's clickbaiting Haz's word. He's got control of his account. Yeah. So carry on with what you were saying.
Yeah.
Watch, he's gonna say leave the end. Watch. He's got the power now. Yeah, but carry on. Carry on what you were saying, bro.
If you write that, I'm kicking you off the street. Anyways, so I just think that now teams have like a blueprint to beat us. I'm even worried for tomorrow's game, especially if, I know Van der Ven's back, but I'm still worried because Luton have seen like what Wolves did to us and stuff, and they can do the same thing. They probably feel like they can do the same thing. So Ange, for me, needs to either change one or two things. Either in some games, away games especially, drop the fullbacks back. Like at Fulham, the easiest tweak he could have done is just push the fullbacks back into their positions and play as like an actual four. Yeah? Or he could push the wingers wide instead of playing everyone inverted, because at least you stretch the pitch a bit. So,
I agree with everything that you said. Now, that's why I wanted to ask you first, because you've kind of he deserved it. I'm not even gonna lie to you, he did deserve it. Yeah, no. But what I was gonna say that why I started with you has in that sense of directed that question to you.
Yeah.
Now, it's fair to say you've mentioned two things that are really key into what you were saying. He's relying on one player, which is Van der Ven, because without Van der Ven, we look toothless in the sense of recovering the ball. Because to be fair, I don't think, and this is not being negative to any players, but I don't think Romero has the pace to recover.
He doesn't.
Also, on top
I agree.
on top of this, in it, if you're asking the wing backs to do the inverted role and become second strikers, right, or attack
Extra
more,
attackers, whatever. Yeah.
you leave a lot of space on the wings, right? Now, we've obviously got Draggers doing dandelion long legs. That's what I call him. I believe he has to look at his personnel, and his personnel is a really important thing in terms of
God.
in terms of success. Even if it was to say like challenge or even go for a trophy, he has to look at his personnel. And if you don't have the right personnel, maybe it's. I'm not saying you have
That's
to
fine,
change
Harry.
your
I don't mind
philosophy,
that.
and that is wrong for me to say, but I do believe that we have to look into deeper things in a sense of maybe it's just not working right now because of the players we have. Isn't that a fair assessment, Harry? Little happy feet, Harry. Well, I want to hear Harry's
right.
point, and I'm
Before
going
he
to
stops messing
refer it back
around
to
with
you.
the cat,
Yeah. Do you think he has to change his tactical? Look, I don't want to say his philosophy because that's the whole thing. That is really unfair to him as a coach, right? But do you think he has to change something? Because the more we lose, the more we go further from what we want to do. And clearly he doesn't have the players. That's one thing that is already, we can all
We'll agree
agree.
to disagree.
Okay, agree to disagree. Okay, cool. Okay, perfect. You agree that he has the players then? Can I
because he loves
put
Brennan
that statement
Johnson.
down?
That's why.
Yeah, can I put that statement down? So, what do you think he's doing wrong then? We should be beating Fulham, and in respect to Wolves, we should be beating Wolves. We have much, I think, a better squad than both of them. So, a loss is the last thing that I would think of. So, what do you think Ange should do to change it? Or
Good question. Firstly, I think that all managers have found out in periods, even your Pep Guardiolas and Klopps. There'll be individual games where they're found out. Like Pep was found out against Wolves earlier in the season. It happens. I'm not buying into the whole thing that Ange's been found out. It's an absolute disaster. Yeah, because we found Aston Villa's weaknesses out. Especially we exploited them when they were tired. We found out they can't play that way. And okay, we haven't got a team of world-class players. I think Andrew's done well with what he's got. However, I think what we've built into windows, as I said previously, is quite special. So we move into the Luton game. I know you think it's crazy. I honestly think it is. I honestly think it really is. But moving into Luton, completely different opponent to Fulham. They're an opponent that will keep going until the very end. So we need to go 2-3-0 up ideally. And to do that, we have to move the ball quickly, create chances. You have to shoot more. And obviously, we'll get onto it later. But I want a few changes to the starting 11, freshen it up a little bit. But regardless, it's a winnable game. If we don't win it, then I'm concerned. I'll come on here and openly admit myself that.
I mean, we're hosting the show tomorrow, Harry. I think so. Or you are.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, we are. I'll say that. I'm concerned, which would be true because I can't see anything but a Tottenham win. I can see Luton coming back, but to get nothing out of the game. But we mustn't underestimate them at the same time. But we need to put it right after Fulham. I love Ange Postecoglou. We defended him so many times, but you can't lose 3-0 to Fulham and then not go and beat Luton as well. Or look at it in another way in terms of you beat Villa, you lose 3-0 to Fulham. You've got to put it right. If want to give the fans optimism, we all know how tough the April fixtures look. So we need to give games like you win the games like this, even give us the slimmest of chances. I think Villa will get distracted by Europe. So if we play it right, then the opportunity to top four is there. And I think personally, 5th place will mean Champions League. It's just whether
do Arsenal have to
we've changed the mentality
or not? Does anyone know?
It also depends on the Conference League and the Europa League as well. But if I'm honest with you, I think West Ham win the Europa League. I think Villa win the Conference League. So that'd be huge for us getting 5th. I'm pretty sure if West Ham win the Europa League, then we get you finish 5th, that's Champions League.
Man, I would have killed one.
So
yeah.
I'd be happily in the Europa League because I think if we treat it seriously, you can win.
No,
Champions League, I don't think we're ever going to win now. But
they do it. I'm just saying.
Well, no, I agree. No, I honestly agree with that. It'd be a shame. So let's hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I just want to say something quickly before I go on to something else before we go into
Go
the
for
actual game, because I want to touch on one more thing before we talk about the actual game. Personally, I believe this system only works if you have 3 like elite attackers, because the amount of possession we have, if we're not clinical, that's what costs us the most of the time.
I agree with what you're saying, 110%, but I disagree with what you're saying as well. And the only reason why I say that, I'm gonna give my opinion now, innit? The problem I believe that Ange Foster probably has in it is that it might even be tailor made to just how I look at a match and how I view a match, because my perspective. But remember, look, I'm not at the game, so I'm not seeing all 4 corners, and I'm seeing what I see on the TV in it, you know. So maybe it's just my preference, but one thing that I do realize every single week, we struggle to create a lot clear cut chances. You know,
Okay. All right.
we struggle to even create the chances, you know. And for me personally, this is just my opinion. That's just down to coaching, and especially, I believe it's his tactics, because we're playing too much fiddle football, and it's closing the shooting opportunities up, shooting opportunities
We're not
straight
direct
away.
enough, basically, aren't we?
100%. Look,
Yeah.
let's be honest with you. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. When was the last time you saw Tottenham have a long shot, except for Pedro Porro?
Never.
Exactly. You know, we would usually see a lot of shots from outside of the box because it's clear cut up. Not really clear cut, but it's attempts that could go towards the goal, right?
Mm.
And my understanding of his system, it kind of like kills I don't know, clear cut opportunities. Is that a fair assessment? Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I just believe he just has to tweak a few things, and I
Harry, do you
also
realise
believe the players have
Marlon's
to.
going to be watching this and seeing you write Ange out the Spurs Kings TV as well? You know that, right?
Yeah, man, bro, we're not nobody's Ange out, man. It's just happy feet
All
Harry being
jokes.
happy feet Harry. Um, I'm just gonna make it clear to
He loves
anybody
it with
that's
tea as well.
joining. Yeah, I just want to make it clear to anybody that's joining. Nobody right here is Ange out, and
Harry's just
for me-
filling in the comments.
You both ask questions of Ange, though.
There's a big difference
course,
in
we
asking
have to,
questions.
because
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
but it's important to talk about these type of things, because
Yeah.
if you don't speak about our negatives, it's pointless you seeing our positives. You're gonna just be happy, enjoy. Like, look.
Enjoyful.
Personally speaking, look,
I'm
I've
just a fan
never
who gets behind the team.
look. I want Levy out for probably different reasons to
And I want him
Has,
now.
right?
Yeah.
But you will never see me criticize him about what he's done outside of Tottenham. I'm actually personally, look, because I live so close to the stadium, I also, you know what I do, you know? I
Mm.
I can't really say it here in it, but
No,
see, this
you
is the
can't.
problem in it. There's certain things I can't say in it, but personally, I'm thankful for Levy. What he's done, he's done something really good to for me in my life in it. So even though I'm Levy out because I generally believe I want a change for the better. Not just I'm not just saying that because we're not getting results on the pitch. I'm just saying I believe we need more a better ambitious a more ambitious owner for us to take us to the next stages. I think he's reached his ceiling, and see, once you reach your ceiling, it's so hard for you to go past the ceiling. Look, as you're young, Harry, and Has, I'm gonna mention this. Maybe you haven't actually experienced this, but when you're working in an environment, wherever you work, once you reach your ceiling, you want to like either move on or find something new. Hold on. Oh, cool. Hold on. Finished. Yeah, cool. Sorry about that, guys.
No,
Sorry
it's
about
fine.
that. Real life individual.
Yeah.
Mems. Go to Tarek. Yeah. So sorry about that, guys.
That's all right,
I
don't
got a
worry.
bit
No, you're right.
distracted. Yeah. No. So nobody is Ange out. I just want to make that clear, and I want to make it clear to anybody that's joining the chat. And if I do say something controversial about Ange, it's because I want him to better himself. I generally do feel like you should be able to take criticism and you should be able to improve on your mistakes. You can't just see something and just say, yeah, it's all good, but this is not good, and then turn a blind eye to it. We have to say what we see, right? Cool. So back to what I was saying about creating chances. Look, I do feel, because a lot of games we struggle to take shots, we struggle to get clear cut opportunities. I believe you just have to tweak a little bit, or on the training pitch. Actually, it's okay to give yeah, 100%, and that's what I feel like I'm doing. So anybody that thinks I'm deluded, 110%. Thank you, bro. What do you end up getting me? Beautiful. Sorry, guys, I was fasting in it, so
I
I'm a
know,
bit
I know.
hungry in it,
Yeah.
Ramadan Mubarak to anybody, and even if you're not Muslim, enjoy Ramadan as well. Cool.
When does
So
it end, by the way? You're fasting? Is it
about a week and a half now?
Is it April? No, when's it? Is it April? I think. Isn't it?
Yeah, about a week and a half, maybe a week and
Seventh or
less.
something?
Yeah, something like that. Something soon. But what's our next topic, bro?
Yeah,
Let's carry on going on.
Something to do with that. I'm going to read some comments that Fabrizio Romano made about our transfer this summer, as in coming up, because I think he needs to talk about this. So Fabrizio Romano said, I think it's not just stars for the future, but also solid players. I don't expect any superstars. We know Tottenham's strategy is different from this. He's talking about Tottenham's strategy on the whole. The strategy of Spurs is to sign 2 to 3 to 4 different players rather than just one superstar. This is a clear project of the club. Thoughts on that, Harry?
I haven't seen the comments, so it'd be unfair for me to speak on something that I have yet to see.
I'll tag you in them now.
However, absolutely go for it. I think that I've made it very, very clear. I've been very happy with our last 2 windows. I've been happy the way we go about business in windows. Of course, the summer transfer window is big, as is any window. In terms of we've got the right manager, we've had 2 good windows under him, and can we go that one step further next season? So the summer's big, and as is January for me. I think January transfer windows are even more important than the summer window, because you're halfway through a season. You really want to improve. That's why I'm really pleased with the players we brought in and out of the club in January. For me, that we've seen an improvement in. Werner, very key option to have off the bench. Experience, his caliber, can play in multiple positions. And for me, since we signed him from January, for me, he's been one of the better players in 2024. For me, he's really stood out to me. And Dragusin, we yet to see that much of him. I don't put the full gain on him, and I think we have a future superstar on our hands. That remains to be seen. That comes with minutes. So I'm happy with the way we do things in terms of we don't necessarily buy the talent now, and we buy players that they could become talented. But I think that comes with potential high rewards. And I think we'll see that with a doggy, with Pape Maté. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not worried about Tottenham's recruitment, because I think we got pretty much everything right in the last 2 or 3 windows, and we've improved. And I can honestly sit here and go,
it's a fair assessment. No, honestly, Harry, props to you. And this is one thing I like about Harry, even though he knows mine and your views in it, and we sometimes bump heads about this main thing. Yeah. I have to give props to Harry, because he's fair with his assessment. Look, I just want to look, because we haven't been looking at the comments. The Alex Scott experience, Morgan Gig White as our top priority,
and Ealing Jr.
For me personally, look, I don't want to shithouse any player, and I don't want to get onto certain players that Harry has obviously mentioned, like Werner's, like the Johnsons, like the Richarlisons, like personally. But I believe that if we want to take the next step, and this is just my opinion, I don't want to have your own. I have my own. If we want to go on to the next steps, I believe we do need better quality in order for us to take the next step up. Look, right now we are. Is it fair to say? And I just want to make this comment: Is it fair to say we are a mid-table club?
The way we handle
Oh,
business.
what?
Yeah. The way we handle
In the
business.
sense
Oh,
of
come
when I say
on.
mid-table,
Come on.
wait, hold on. Let me make it clear. Mid-table, I mean like from fourth. Okay, cool. From fourth to eighth.
Like 8th or
That's
something.
mid-table.
Yeah.
So it can be anyway. We could finish sixth, seventh, eighth. Mid-table.
It's basically
I'll,
mid-table at that point.
am I fair to?
Yeah.
Can I? Am I? Is it fair for me to say we're a mid-table? Because we're not. Okay, cool. Put it like this, innit? Even at our best, we were finishing what, second,
Second, yeah. Oh, yeah.
third, fourth. But we wasn't stepping stones, and right now we're at a point in our season where we're at our lowest. Not for me to be negative. I'm not using as mid-table as negative. I mean, our standard right now, we're not better than the Liverpools and the Arsenals and the Man Cities. So we're in the bracket with the Newcastles, the Tottenhams, the Aston Villas. I could even say the Brightons,
And United, I guess.
Uniteds. We're 6, 7, 8. I'm using mid-table. What
In and around
you tell
Europe.
me,
I think they say the word
in and around Europe. Okay, cool. A European club. Am I okay? Cool. In fact, let me retract my mid-table statement.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say we're a Europa League, Conference League team?
Yeah.
Right.
We
Cool.
are, yeah.
So this is why I'm saying. This is why I'm trying to put this statement. If we want to go to the next level, people like Brennan Johnson, or look, even
Timo
who was saying Morgan Giggs, is that gonna take us to champs?
No.
Is that even gonna take us to prems? Is that even gonna make us win trophies? I don't think so. Even Werner, to me, is Werner gonna take us to champs?
No. Let's be honest.
That's how I look at a team, and this is not me being too money hungry, because even that Spurs podcast, it isn't about superstars. It's about finding quality players, and 110% agree with that. I agree with everything that you're saying, but on top of that, we have to find the right players, and the standard has to be better than what we have already. In order for us to go to the next level, we have to get better. We can't get, example, we brought in Werner. Who else did we have on the similar level to Werner? He's not going to massively improve us, is he?
It's just the same level as Johnson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel, personally, this is just my personal view.
It's just
I
fact.
believe in. Okay, cool. Look, Harry disagrees with my comments, and I want him to have a constructive argument. Why do you disagree with that? Are you okay with? I'm just going to mention this. Are you okay with the standard that we have right now, or don't you want to see better? Because if you say to me you're okay with the standard, then that shows me there's no ambition in terms of there's no ambition to get better. But then if you say to me we're buying for the future,
but we
I'm
always
going to come with the argument. I'm going to come with the argument for the last 10 to 15 years, we have been buying for the future, and we're still at the same standard. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah. Well, listen, I someone who believes in honesty, so I'll be honest with you. I think we have a very young and very healthy team. However, it lacks a little bit of experience for me. So I think this summer window is very important to bring quality and experience in. I'm not sitting here saying that we need to spend 350 million, but we want to see money spent in the right way in terms of recruitment, which I think we've seen. So for me, I know a lot of fans are against it, but I'm perfectly happy to explain and defend my corner. And Werner, 15 million in 2024, the caliber of player, the experience of what he brings to the table. For me, I think you have to be thick, really, really thick to turn it down.
Just so you guys know, if we sign Werner, Stell said he's Ange out. Yeah, just as
I'm Ange out. So
yeah,
listen,
if we sign Werner,
I'm joining.
Well,
listen, I'm gonna put myself on this platform, and
I
I'm not
don't
a
mention
negative
as
fan.
attention seekers on the show, but
Listen, if Ange says green light to Werner, I'm Ange out. Listen, I'll print a picture of Werner and Ange, and I want them both out my club. I will tell you straight. Do you know why? Because the ambition
okay,
is not there. But
can we have a reasonable debate? Because every time
yeah,
Werner's come on the bench,
cool. Yeah.
he's had an
Cool. A
impact and
reasonable
looked very
debate.
good. He's been better than anyone. He's been better than Son. He's been better than Johnson. He's been better than Kulusevski. He's been better than Maddison. He's been better than
Of course.
Basuma. He's been better than. He's been better than the whole team
Who,
since
Son?
he's come in. He's been for me the best player in 2024. No, Werner. He's been the best
Werner.
player this year. This calendar year.
So
no one for me has got close.
Harry,
I
so
mean
I'm
that.
gonna
Fulham, he came from very good.
I'm gonna dissect what you're saying. That we're gonna have
Go for it.
we're not gonna shout over each other. We're gonna have a nice argument because I like to have these arguments in it.
Once
So
you're done,
your
I wanna say
statement.
something, so anyway, yeah.
Go for it. Has
No, go
before
first, man. You're don't worry, mine can wait. It's fine.
No. I want to hear what you're gonna say.
No,
So
I think we know what Harry will say.
what I'm saying is,
It's the
there's
same
not-
every show.
No, what I'm saying is, with Werner, Johnson, Kulusevski, even you could argue with Son on the decline now. All these attackers, the Solomons, I don't know if I'm forgetting anyone.
So we haven't
But they're
seen
all
Solomon.
around
can
the
judge
same
anyone.
level. If you want to go forward, especially
Exactly.
how I emphasize so much that the system relies on the attackers so much, you need to go out and sign some like real top class attackers to make a
Agreed.
massive difference. This is why when I go back to the transfer policy, that the comments that were made for Fabrizio, which I mean he knows his stuff, right? Saying Spurs will try and sign 2 and 3 or 4 like solid players / I assume younger players, right? But not 1 or 2.
player
So
that
like,
we
you
need.
look at Arsenal, right? They dropped 100 million on Rice,
Mhm.
and the guys walked into the team and made. Look at them now. I mean, that's the kind of signing we need to get. But
Harry, I don't want to bombard you after what has just said, but as we're having a good argument, I just want to add a bit to it. My concern is not the player. Yeah, cool. They're top stars. Yeah, cool. Whatever. Yeah. What Werner's done is in his career, props to him. What Brennan Johnson, props to him. I don't want to talk about the level of them as players. What I'm trying to say, this is how I want my team to build for the next 10 to 15 years. I want my standard to go from this to this. And for me, if you're bringing in players like Werner, that, e.g., you even said it, has been better than Kulusevski, has been better than Brennan Johnson, has been better than all of these players, yeah? But isn't that his level? Because on a good day, Kulusevski, we've seen it. On a good day, is he not better than these players? My point is, it's the standard of players we're bringing in right now. For whatever reason, and look again, if Ange wants these players, props to him, yeah. But my point is this: I don't want to see these Werners, these Johnsons be my Tottenham future, because in the next 10 years we're going to be left with Werners. We've gone from Harry Kane to Timo Werner to we're going to leave Son because he's declining as well. Let's speak about that. We can't. His age is a factor in all of these. We used to have the best strikers. Look, man, going back a couple of years back, Defoe, man, what a player! Berbatov, Keane, Bale, Modric. What happened to the class of these players? Them players have all gone and done their thing away from Tottenham. And let's be honest with you, for whatever good, because the way Tottenham's run, it's been you needed Bale to move, you needed Modric to move for them to like be the players that they are now. I'm not saying you're wrong in the sense of, look, Werner, look, I'm gonna put my hand up, and it's on stream right now. Werner has been good so far.
He's done all right, yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I agree with what you're saying. I'm not kind of like sugarcoating what you're saying. It's just I want better. Werner's is not better for me. We're going backwards instead of going forwards.
The problem,
My
Harry,
stand-
with signing Werner is that you're basically saying, and this is kind of like I don't know what the word is. In signing Werner, you're basically saying that Son's going to stay as I think this is what the club's going to do. They're going to use Werner and Son as the left-sided players. But you're essentially saying we're not going to get any better on that side because don't forget, like PJ mentioned, Son's declining. He ain't going to be the same player next season. So
and look at the comment. Alex Scott said it right. We surrounded Kane with trash. Now Levy surrounding Son with trash. And listen, they're our best players.
But those people were the first people to say that at the start of the season that we have this best team and it's Pape Matar this and Basuma this. So
best team. Who said
I do think consistency is important because I've had nothing about Daniel Levy all season, but we lose 3-0 to Fulham.
No.
What do you mean? You argue with us on Levy every single week.
You're with us every single week.
I'm talking generally. Recently, it's been very
don't
suspicious.
Add me.
Yeah,
don't add me with them deluded people.
Yeah.
Don't add me with them deluded people. Let me be honest with you.
I was one of the few people here, Harry.
You love to complain. We could win every trophy in the world, but it'd be
Harry, we haven't won a trophy in 16 years.
Yeah, but we haven't got this. As you continue and say, and I can't defend that, and I've said that so many times. I do think it's coming.
Complain if we won a trophy. How can I complain? We haven't won a trophy.
You'll find a way to complain. I know what you're like. We could be Arsenal position right now, but it'll be but we bottled it, so it'll be.
I think you're complaining.
Have an extremist reaction.
Let's justify something though. Let me just clarify something, because I think Harry, you've got complaining. You're complaining and criticizing with the same bracket. If we was to win, let's be honest here now. Put your hands up and don't be biased because I'm saying it. If we was to win a trophy, no matter what it is. Let's just say it's the Conference League, the lowest trophy that we could have ever won, and we was to win it. We would be proud, but what would we say? We won the Conference League. Now let's go win the FA Cup. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me complaining. I'm not happy, but the standard. This is how low our standards are because we haven't won a single thing for the last 15 years. So we want Tottenham to be better. Hence why we're going to criticize about every little thing. In terms of Werner, for example, I personally, what did I say about Werner? I could see why they're doing it, but
I respect you, TJ, but there's a lot of people out there. Like I put a post out the other day saying that I really want to see Timo Werner and acted like I don't know, just committed a crime or something. The uproar
is Harry, with Werner is that
crazy.
This is where I agree with you in some respects. If Werner was younger, right, say he was 22, 23.
Yeah, I get that. He's not a long-term solution.
No, not that. I'm saying because Werner back in the day, if we're talking Werner back in 2017, 18, the guy used to be like the top scorer in Bundesliga. But obviously he came to England and Chelsea ruined him and he went back to Leipzig and he didn't do anything. If Werner had a few more years on his side, say he was 24 or something, then I'd be like, maybe there's a chance he can redeem his form, but because of his age,
it's like heritage.
28.
I think we could have got him a decade or two earlier. I think that was a shame. I think that's a player that we could have got earlier as well. So I get what you're saying, Harry,
and this is where you're wrong. We could have got him a decade or two earlier or 5 years earlier, but he would have cost 80 million back then. I don't know how much Chelsea signed him for. It was big money.
Mr. Levy doesn't have that money.
Levy doesn't have that money.
Well, we
got him now because he's cheaper.
In the last 2 windows.
Got him now because he's cheaper. So.
Okay. I just don't think it was available at the time, but again, we agree to disagree.
No.
I'll be very.
It was available.
Yeah, I'm going to be very open in terms of the summer. I made it very clear I want to see Timo Werner. And not being funny, even if I'm in Manchester City or Arsenal shoes, someone like Werner for 15 million off the bench, it could be any club, it could be Real Madrid. I'm not going to turn that down as an option off the bench. Mate. For me, it's a no-brainer. So for me, it's as simple as that. Of course, I want to see top players coming to the club. I want to see probably a backup for Maddison in case he gets injured. We're talking an Eze or Gibbs-White. For me, again, that feels like a no-brainer. I think we need a backup for a dog. He's a lot of pressure on him to play that amount of games. I think we probably see Skip or Højbjerg, if not both, out of the clubs.
Harry, can I ask you a question? Wait. He mentioned a good point. Just to, let's just say Maddison was leaving to Man City or wherever. We're losing Maddison. Now, let's just say we're in for Gibbs White. Is that a good replacement?
I'd argue no, personally. But...
I think that apart from Eberechi Eze, I think at this moment in time he's probably the closest you can get. I think there's a distance at the moment in time between. But if we base it off form, you know,
Exactly.
Maddison
Eze,
for me comes behind those two.
I'm in the minority,
Eze,
guys. I'm not hot on Eze. I'm not hot on Neto either.
Yeah.
Because of
Eze,
Neto because of his injury problems, but the quality is clear to see. And if we are serious, then we do sign players like that. I will shake your hand on that. I agree.
What I was trying to say about this, if Maddison was to leave, and this is
he's talking hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically, if Maddison was to leave, is Gibbs White a good option? I would say no, because he should go for Eze. Eze will cost more money, and he's a better player than Gibbs White, right?
Eze will come for Gibbs White, but being honest with you, I'll take either because I'm a big fan of either, and that's not being a happy now. Or we want to throw at me. I like both of the players.
No, you have mentioned you like Gibbs White before, so it's not. Don't worry.
Yeah, I liked him before, and I think he gets underrated in terms of because we look at Forest where they are in the table and their problems off the pitch. But I think I personally, I said that I'm very happy we've got Brennan Johnson, but I wanted Gibbs White, and I said that at the time. For me, I think we signed the wrong Forest player.
Hey, a lot of fans said that. To be fair, I think.
Yeah, and I think they're smart to say that.
This summer, this is what I would do. I'd go big on the 6. I'd buy like Paulinho. I'd go big on right wing.
Yeah,
and buy like Kanashvili. You know the Napoli winger. I'd buy him. And I think he'll cost like 80 million, 90 million maybe. And then I'd go big on a striker. And then what I'd do is I'd push Kulusevski into the middle. And obviously Werner could be your left-sided player if you want to sign Werner 15 minutes, the cheaper one. But for a season you can probably cope with Son and Werner on the left for a season, I think. And you'd use Richarlison.
And when Son goes, what you're saying, innit? Werner's the main player.
Sign better player.
I think we've got to kind of.
And then what I do is I do what United did back in the day.
You mentioned striker there. So that striker for me has got to be a priority in the summer. Whereas someone like if we're going to bring in a winger could maybe wait till January. So I'd want to see that striker come in.
I think a right-sided winger is so important for us, though. I just don't think we have anything good down that side. Even if you're buying,
I like Johnson, but only off the bench. I only like Johnson off the bench. And Kulusevski for me seems to be getting worse as game goes by, and I'm trying to be positive about him, but I don't know.
I would take him, but I don't think they'd sell to us. They wouldn't sell from us.
I wouldn't take him. A couple of years ago, maybe, but not at this moment in time.
And what I would do is, back in the day, Fergie. Obviously, Harry don't know about this, but Fergie went and bought 2 twins for fullbacks. I don't know how he found them. Raphael and what's the other guy's name? Fabio and Raphael. And I'd go and do something like that, and fix the fullbacks as well. So I'd go cheaper on the fullbacks.
By twins,
I'd go top heavy on the attackers. Yeah.
You're talking about by twins.
Yeah, because they're probably not going to play that many games, but you kind of, in worst case scenario, like if a doggy gets injured, for me, if I'm honest, like a doggy got injured now, we would be going for a tough time because I love Davis as a left-sided centre-back. Not playing.
I'd rather see Van der Ven play as the wing back and put Davies in the middle if you're going to do that.
Yeah, but being honest with you, Porro, if he gets injured, for me it's frustrating. But it sounds strange to say I trust Emerson, but I'd be more worried if a doggy got injured out of him and Porro. So for me, bringing in a left-sided fullback, even if it's January, it just has to be done. And let's say hypothetically we get Champions League or we get Europa League. There's going to be more games. We want to treat the FA Cup and Carabao Cup seriously, so we really need a strong second team. Something I think we've lacked in recent years, and I've openly said that. So if we can improve the second team, then I feel very confident. But I said I think we win a trophy next season. I say that a lot, but this year I think that there's a serious chance of this happening, especially if I don't go to any away games because I seem to curse it.
Okay. I guess you're not going to Stamford Bridge then.
No, right. No chance.
TJ, you're right. TJ, you okay?
He's choked.
I am all right. I'm just eating my chicken.
Yeah, sorry. I thought your thoughts on happened to you. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. I'm coming back. Hold on.
Did you get Morley's, mate?
How do you know?
I just guessed.
Yeah, I got Morley's.
Yeah. Mate, it's actually banging anyway.
Oh, no rush.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll ask Harry then. So
I'm back.
It's fine, man. Did you get a 3-piece, 4-piece family bucket?
Man, I got the peri-peri thing, innit?
You got the peri-peri? Did you get fried chicken?
Yeah, the peri-peri thing, innit?
Yeah.
Woo, it's hot. All right, cool. Let's go.
All right, so Harry, we have got Luton tomorrow. Do you think Luton will change their tactics and park the bus, or because Luton are actually known for being quite an attacking team. So
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know. You know, we've seen teams like Wolves that sit in and got results against Tottenham and Sheffield United very close at the start of the season when we were absolutely flying. So that's clear evidence it does work. When we see Villa try to do it, it doesn't work. But then Fulham, who go at us, and I thought, lovely, we'll be able to pick them off, and we lose 3-0. So I really don't know what's best for Tottenham, what's good, what's not. But we know that Luke will fight to the end. Players like Doherty, who are expected to be fair, they offer a lot going forward. I think is very promising. But obviously, they're out 10 without 10 first-team players. Yeah, 10 first-team players for Saturday, and 6 of them played against us in the reverse fixture at Kenilworth Road that we won 1-0. So that's quite big for Luton. So, yeah, we have to win this game. There's no secret about it, but we can't be 1-0 up with 10, 15 minutes to go against this Luton side that have this, what I call gear 4, gear 5 in the last 10, 15 minutes where they just find a different energy level and will be able to pick us off. I know what we're like when we haven't played for a while. We're even worse. We're better playing 2 games in like 4 days than not playing for 2 weeks. So we have to win this game. If we don't, then I'll be worried, and I'm open for the Ange Postecoglou conversations and the negative kind of chat, if you like. But we have to win this game.
It's a must win. If he doesn't win,
the daggers are out, mate.
Yeah, but before you take my take on it, what do we think about Talibo? Jay, sorry we missed your comment. I think he's a decent player, but the problem now that we won it. No. Well, the problem we were really, like, let's be honest with you. I was really big and keen on getting Talibo, and then we obviously went with the cheaper option in terms of Dandelion long legs, innit?
I really want Bramford at Everton personally, but that's just my.
But I believe Talibo is a much better player than.
No. Bramford is a really good defender, Harry.
100 million though.
Huh?
Yeah, no, but I believe
I like it. Not 100 million though.
But Talibo is better than Bramford. I can even say Romero at certain areas of his game. If you've watched him before, see, you have to watch a lot of football to watch him, innit? I think he's a talented player, but he lacks in his concentration, because sometimes, innit, when I watch him, innit,
Talibo,
Talibo. Sometimes when I watch him, I watch a lot of football, innit? See, I'm good with the scouting network and all of this. Sometimes it's like he knows he needs to go to the opponent or put pressure on the opponent, but he stands off them. That's a big problem. But in an Ange Postecoglou system, man, he'll be phenomenal. Him and Mickey van der Ven, they're both rapid. They will recover the ball like no one's business, and we wouldn't have to rely on Van der Ven. Look, Van der Ven's been such a lifesaver, but the problem he's going to have, and this is going to be a very big issue for players like Van der Ven, injury prone. Damn, this hot chili, man. Sorry. They're going to become injury prone because we're using them quite a lot, in it, you know. And when you're using a player so often and you're relying on things like running,
his recovery,
it's a big thing, man. It's gonna kill him. It's gonna kill someone like him. So Talibo would be good for Tottenham, but look, we went for the cheaper option, like usual, innit? And let's be honest with you, I don't think we would have got him anyway, because Man United basically have owners that can like feather their players, innit? So it is what it is, innit? But he's a good player, bro. Very good player. Talibo's class, Draggers. Look, okay, don't get me wrong. Draggers, Dandelion Longlegs. Sorry, I can't say his name. Draggers soon, whatever his name is. I call him Dandelion Longlegs. He's a good player, but what we're trying to do with him and play in the system, it doesn't really suit him, because he wins a lot of aerial drills and he wins headers. He is okay with his pace, but you wouldn't expect him to be that recoverer. Do you get where I'm coming from? And with the high line that is that Ange wants to set up, it's going to be difficult for Dandelion Longlegs to adjust. But don't get me wrong, he's a decent player. All these players that come that get to that level, they are decent. It's just giving them time to adjust and giving them look at Pedro Porro. Last year he had a awful time, and now he's kind of like into his phases. You just have to give these players time to adjust and time to understand how Tottenham want to play. And if, let's just say, I'm just going to be here for the next 5-6 years, that's another question, because Levy pulls the trigger quick as well. TJ, what players do you
Van de
think?
Ven wait until West Ham will play him tomorrow, guys?
Sorry? No, I don't think he should play. I don't think Van de Ven should play. Look, although
Ange said he's available.
Yeah, man, but he should miss all of them. Have you ever pulled your hamstring? That's a.
The reason I bring this up
man.
Also is because Brian on Tottenham Away, Brian Daigle, and they were talking about the game obviously for tomorrow. They have a Friday preview as well show now, earlier than us. But anyway, so Brian mentioned Van de Ven. He said if Van de Ven plays tomorrow, he thinks no questions asked will win. If he doesn't play tomorrow, he thinks it's going to be a bit of a funny one, because the whole system, like I said earlier, relies on Van de Ven because he makes all the recoveries. So if we get caught out being high, he's the guy who does all that running.
But this is what I don't understand. Look, I'm going to make a comment, but I'm not kind of throwing the manager under the bus. He's naive, bruv. Ange is naive. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm getting to the point where I'm sick and tired of it. But that doesn't mean I'm Ange out yet. He needs to make a few more mistakes, and then I'm going to be raving my cards, and I'm going to be doing the Uno reverse. Yeah? But you need, as a coach, you need to realize that you don't have the players to play this system on a regular basis. You can't rely on one player to just do everything. Because look, Van de Ven is such a brilliant talent. I think it was a lucky signing. Let's be honest here. No one
expected to be as good as that.
Personally, I didn't know too much about him because I don't really watch him, but I didn't expect him to be that good. Did you get where I'm coming from? So when you're relying on players like this to just perform every single week, they're not going to get injured. So this is where Ange has to be able to adapt and change. Look, I'm not saying you have to change your philosophy, but this high line has to be dropped.
In some games, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. He needs to be dropped.
In Poch's defense, in his first season, right, with Poch, he adapted in his defense against teams. He didn't always play his high line and high press. That's why I give him credit. But Ange is like, every game I just watch the same old shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
And TJ, what players do you think we will sign in the summer, and what areas are key? Personally, I believe I'm a bit different to Haz, in it. My area that I really need to be fixed is the wingers, man. We need a top winger. And if Werner is the solution, bruv, I swear down. Listen, you're going to see me in an Arsenal jersey. Bruv, I promise you, bro. Like, Werner is not the option. We need a top winger. Personally, the wing is so important because we can clearly see we struggle on the wing.
I think we just go and get a Napoli guy, man.
We need a winger.
The guy is just too good. I watched him play. Georgia played Greece in the qualifying. They beat us on penalties. Mate,
who you talking about? Who you talking about? Something, whatever his name is. He's good. He's good, but the only problem is, isn't it? He's very weak, isn't it? He falls around easily.
Say that, TJ, but it took 3 players or 4 players to hold him. Do you know how bad it was?
Can I ask a question to TJ?
Go for it.
Has you given your thoughts before? I think we can all agree that ideally we need a striker in the summer. What names come to you first? I'm thinking someone like a João Pedro. Would that work?
Cool. You're gonna think I'm. See, now you got me my tactical hat on, innit? Really and truly, innit? Yeah. Let's be honest here. Be totally honest. The striking position is not of major concern.
Okay.
Right now, if we're gonna be we're not gonna be spending. Look, let's just say our budget is what? Give a reasonable budget. 120 million.
150
Yeah.
million. Yeah.
150. Yeah.
Plus sales or
I,
without sales?
who we selling?
Plus sales. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Hoiberg.
Ndombele,
If
the
if we're
sales
gonna be
guy.
selling Hoiberg and all of these players, yeah,
Oh,
we need
yeah.
a 6. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Cool. The main
I think
concern
we
in
need a
it.
six, whatever circumstance
We need a
Hoiberg's
6.
going. So
We need a 6, and we need a left midfielder. And in fact, let me tell you, Harry, you're totally right. We need a backup left back, and then I will talk about the striker.
I like
But
Alfie Doherty. I think he would be the perfect
Is he
backup
left
for
or
me,
right,
but fans
Harry?
don't like that.
Is he left back? or
Left,
right
left wing back.
back?
Yeah, you'll see him tomorrow. He's a special player. Very good.
but in terms of like strikers right now, look, there's not any strikers on the market that we need. And if we are going to talk about strikers,
No, there
we've
isn't.
lost Harry Kane. I expect a world-class striker, especially for what Levy has done with the season ticket prices and everything. I expect a quality striker, and it might sound out of this world. I expect an Osimhen, because we've just replaced our main man. To replace it with breadcrumbs, it's not worth it. This is why I'm saying the striking position is not really important as of yet, because we've got Richarlison that is doing a job. Let's be honest here. We've got Son that is doing a job, but we've got more concerning matters in terms of around other areas like the wingers, even the six,
No, I agree with that.
even the left back. But that's not me. That's not me saying I don't want a striker.
I think both fullbacks is a concern for me because I don't rate Emerson.
I think
And the
Emerson
thing with Davies,
Royale.
I actually think we can get away with 1 year.
I think
without
Emerson
a
Royale
brand new
is.
centre-back.
I'm going to defend him, and this might go back to bite me in the arse, innit?
But you like Emerson?
Emerson
Emerson midfield, remember?
I think he's a good utility player. He can play.
Yeah,
Sorry, I have to say it.
No. Let's put context is due. I didn't want him to. Let me make
Sorry,
it clear.
I just had to say it because it was.
Yeah, let me make it clear,
my
because when
tongue.
you say it like that, you're gonna think, "Oh, I just want to dash him anyway." I think he's a good utility player. We need to keep players like Emerson Royale, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's so important because, like you've said on multiple occasions, you're talking about a squad, and Emerson Royale is a perfect applicant. Even up to listen, again, I know we need better. But even Ben Davies is the perfect applicant. Them players can play centre back, right back, left back, and do a certain. I'm not saying they're gonna be wow, but I'm saying they're perfect applicants to be bench options. Do you get where I'm coming from? And if you get rid of people like Emerson Royale, who are you trying to bring in? Do you see my point? You're not going to get anybody that's going to want to sit on the bench and be a bench option. So this is why I'm going to defend Emerson Royale, and it might come back to bite me. And a lot of Spurs fans are going to be like, "Whoa, no, you're deluded." After saying what you were saying earlier,
you're
now
right.
you're defending Emerson Royale right now. And one thing about him, let's be honest here. Now, he puts so much passion into what he's doing. He's Tottenham through and through. I have to admit. And the amount of hate he gets, he needs to get some more praise for what he's doing, And he's a sound guy, man.
Just the problem with this TJ is, if we keep these Emersons around, we'll end up with more Emersons than.
I agree with you, and it goes back to
every club has a utility player. I do think every club does have one.
You have to have these players, because even look, I was speaking to someone about our midfield.
He's a utility player for City. Plays left back, right back, in midfield, centre back.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Team, but when needed, he can play anywhere, and that's so important.
I think it's important. Emersons are important for Tottenham, in the sense of.
The reason I'm bringing this up is the fullbacks for me. The whole system literally the strength of the system. is the inverted fullbacks. Really, I know it's like weakness as well,
but then you're not going to get a fullback because look, okay, cool. Then we're going to have a different conversation. I'm pretty standard with the way I judge things. The same way Harry wants Werner, then I'll propose this question. If we're going to get a fullback, I want a better I want a better fullback than Pedro Porro. I want a Frimpong. You see my point? Improve. But you're not going to get better than Emerson Royale and do a job. Do you see the way I think?
Yeah.
So Pedro Porro for me, then I want a better player than Pedro Porro. If we're going to get a fullback, I want someone to be better than Pedro Porro.
Yeah.
Is that a fair assessment?
I think so. Yeah, yesterday I wrote out actually my perfect summer transfer window. If you'd like me to read it out, it's incomings and outgoings. Yeah, here's what gets interesting. So I'll come to you at the end. So incomings in the club, I've got Tosin Adebayo as that full strong centre back. We've got Alfie Doherty of Luton down as that backup left wing back. I've got Timo Werner permanent and Eze or Gibbs White. So that'd be 4 players coming in the club. Outgoings, I've got Ryan Sessegnon, Giovanni Lo Celso, Tanguy Ndombele, Oliver Skipp, Fraser Forster, Ryan Gill. That is my perfect window.
All right, cool. Let me just again. I'm gonna be controversial here. A lot of people are gonna disagree with me in it, yeah. But again, I know the quality is not there in it, yeah. Please don't hold my words against me in it, but bite me in the arse in the next couple of years, and it's gonna come up. But you wanted this player to stay. Oliver Skipp. I think he's a perfectly utility man.
Also, we kind of need to give homegrown as well. That's the thing.
Yeah, can we get better from Oliver Skipp? Unless you're getting someone like Conor Gallagher come in for Oliver Skipp, perfect.
As a backup, yeah.
You see my point?
Yeah.
But isn't Gibbs White and Eze will be homegrown, no?
Yeah, but they're more number 10s. I think he's saying more like.
No, but you see what I mean? In terms of Skipp goes out of the club and we're bringing someone homegrown in. That was my thinking behind it.
I don't think there's enough there really in that window, personally. But
you know what? The biggest question is when Højbjerg goes, isn't it?
We definitely need a Skipp.
We definitely need a number 6, don't we? Yeah.
We need a number 6. I think he's going in it. Let's be honest with you. Even he looks like he.
No, he wants to go. It's open. Like he's gone. Man.
He's gone in it. Yeah. So we definitely need a number 6. My concern is we're getting a number 6 in Conor Gallagher to replace him, and I'm not too javvy about that. I'm okay with replacing Skipp with Conor Gallagher because that's better in the play. You see my theory. Yeah. I want my squad to get better. I'm not on this same person up.
Because the thing, I he was saying, because if you sell Højbjerg and bring in Gallagher, they're almost like the same level of player. So what's the difference? Like,
you see,
we had
that's why.
Before. Yeah,
that's why I'm so. This is how I view. This is why I don't want Werner. Not because I have hate for these players. Not because personally I don't think he's better. He's a good enough talent to play for Tottenham, but I want my team to improve, and having people like Conor Gallagher come in and losing someone like Højbjerg, which for me personally, it's like we're going around in a circle, 360.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It goes back to me saying.
Your logic, personally.
It goes back to me saying, does this player take me from here to there? If it's not going to take me from here to there, then it's a pointless signing. Same with what you were saying, Emerson Royale going, man, who are you going to replace? If you can find a player to replace to sit on the bench, that's why you need to replace Pedro Porro. And it might sound crazy that I'm saying that. I'm just using that as an example. Same with on the other side as well. I thought Dragusin will play more of a wing back role.
He hasn't.
He's played wing back for
he has. Yeah,
right back quite a few times. Yeah, he's played right back quite a few times. But I thought he was going to be playing more of a right back role.
All right,
and you have to also assess that we've got all these players in the pipeline. Look, you got the Ashley Phillips of the world we've just brought in. Yeah, you've got Dorrington. Got all these players that are coming up and coming. So we have to also make sure there's a chance for them to break out and make a solid claim that, I'm a part of first team. Hence why I'm not too fussed if Emerson Royale stays. I'm also not too fussed if
Davies.
Oliver stays and Davis stays. But I am concerned in terms of the type of players we're bringing in, because it's not improving us massively.
I wanted to put a striker on there, but I honestly couldn't put my finger on one. To be fair, that I'd want
For me,
in this
for
club.
me,
There's
this
not
is the
one that I'd
thing.
even want.
You're putting the reason you're putting a striker on your list to replace Kane. Remember, that's why you want a striker.
100%.
That's the reason why you want a striker, right? And if you want it for another reason, then I don't know where this transfer list has come from.
I want someone to
we're
be able to support and compete with Richarlison. Yeah.
Then you're lowering our standard. Then we're going
We
backwards.
need someone better than Richarlison. Really.
We need someone better than Richarlison. And I'm not saying Richarlison is not a good bench option. That never came out my mouth. I'm saying if you're bringing in someone in, we've just lost Harry Kane.
But I don't think there is better out there at the moment. I honestly don't.
He said Osimhen, though. He said Osimhen.
Osimhen.
I don't think he'd suit the system, and I don't think I want.
Why
I
would
think
he
he's
not suit the
overpriced. I
system?
think he's overrated.
I actually think he'd suit the system
best.
to a T.
Past his best, I think. 3 years ago,
Past
maybe,
his best?
but not now.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
How
Yeah,
is Osimhen
not
past
for me.
best? He's like 24. Isn't he? Like
Not for
24?
me.
Is it because he cost 100 million?
You know what? Look, we're going to
Is
be
that
doing
why?
a show on Monday.
I just don't think he's doing the system.
Bro, we're going to be doing a show on Monday. You've put me up to the challenge. Just give me about 2-3 days to do my market research.
Yeah.
And trust me, I'm going to give you good strikers that could easily slot into our system. And I'll tell you
What I need to do is my perfect summer transfer window. I need to work out the average cost. I wouldn't even know where to start.
What about Tony? What do you guys think about Tony?
Wrong attitude for the dressing room.
I'm not. I don't think I'm too keen on
quality
level.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't know what striker I really wanted, but obviously he went last summer because we didn't sign him.
For it.
Colin Warney was another one I really wanted. We were linked with in the summer because I thought we would have suited the system to a T. But he's at PSG now. He ain't coming. But Osimhen will cost you 130 million. I think that's his release clause. I might be wrong.
That's what I'm trying to say. Look at this. The trophies are coming, guys.
Barbaric.
For the under 18s and the under 21s. This is how joke of our club has. This is how far our club has fallen, man. And no, it's not even bad. It's not a bad thing. I'm glad of you for winning stuff. At least they can come to the first team and say, "Yo, what you Egypt's doing?" Did you see my point?
Yeah. So I was going to touch on the Luton game yet before I go into the lineups. I think we need to talk about Luton's threats because Barkley has had like a great season. Townsend, ex-Spurs, he's actually had a pretty good season. So TJ, before I go to Harry, are you afraid of Luton's attack? Because obviously they.
Let me be honest with you. Listen, I'm going to put my chest.
Bounce back.
Look, I'm going to put my chest out there straight away in it from the get-go, in it. Yeah. If we don't win, bruv, this season's wrapped. There's no top 4. We're finishing in Europe. Man United even have a chance of us stepping stone in us, you know. So this is my point. The threats don't matter to me. Barkley's had a good season. Townsend, we know what Townsend can do, innit? You know, he can roast a man, especially with all that space, bruv. He can roast.
That's why I brought it up because he's going to have that. You know, like what Neto did to Emerson.
He can roast the man. Generally speaking, one of the best memories I saw Leonard and Townsend both on once, and bruv, that was you saw Leonard get it. You saw Townsend. It gassed me, man. It's so glad that I'm so amazed that they didn't win more trophies because the way we had our team set up.
I really missed like the whole Bale and Lennon under Harry. Those were the times when they used to bomb down the wing, cross the ball in, and he'd have Crouch, all these players.
Crouch was crazy as well. Get all them headers and all them lanky. You know what I'm saying?
You were Crouch and Defoe, man. They were too. They were a bit good those days, isn't it? But look, again, I expect a win and only a win. I expect us to win comfortably as well. Oh, okay. Harry?
And I want a comfortable win.
Harry, do you see any threat with Luton? Because from what I've heard, Luton tends to bounce back late in the game, like you mentioned yourself.
They do, yeah.
They got threats.
I remember turning it off when they were 3-0 down at home to Chelsea and turning it back on, and 3-2. Chelsea and Luton hit the bar, so they could have got a point from the game. They never ever give up, and that's the thing. And although they capitulated at the end against Bournemouth, I think because they thought the game's done, to be honest with you. And Bournemouth, were excellent. Luton aren't good defensively. That's why they lost the game. But there's so much attacking threat going forward. Townsend probably off the bench realistically tomorrow, but still, we know his delivery and from set pieces, of course, will cause Tottenham's problems. Out of anyone in that Luton team, Barkley, because of his form and ex-Chelsea, worries me the most. I've been really impressed with him. He's gone from strength to strength to the point where for me he should be considered for the Euros. He's been that good. If we're basing it, see, the Euros team should be based off form and not favourites. So Barkley replaces Henderson. If it's based purely off that, I think we can all sit there and agree. I don't know why Cole Palmer's not in that team. For me, he's been excellent this season. Mount should be anywhere near it. I think Gallagher should be that near it. There's a lot of players.
I think England have a bit of
but
an issue with midfield, Harry. Because I think Rice and Bellingham pick themselves, but then the third player is always because of where Rice.
For me, it would probably be Maddison, but it'd be close between Maddison and Mainu. But for me, I think we have a problem with left back. There's no one for me that I'd want at left back. I wouldn't want Gomez. I wouldn't want Shaw. I wouldn't want Chilwell.
Really, yeah. Shaw and Chilwell.
I'm not very sure he could do a good job. So that's enough of that. But Doherty does worry me in terms of Luton. He does worry me. Barkley, obviously, Chong's in good forms. Morris, if he's on, can finish his dinner if he finish his chances.
I've been impressed with them.
So look,
this season.
Yeah, I've been impressed, and I think they'll cause us problems. And I don't think it'll be easy. But as TJ alluded to, we have to win this game. There's games like this where you go, we've got a team that's fighting to stay in this league. We've got to make the table. You have to one look at the table. We have to win this game. Take one look at our April fixtures. We have to win. If we don't win, then
from April 2nd, from Tuesday night till the end of April, it's horrible.
But no, in Tottenham, we'll lose to Luton. We'll go and beat Manchester City at home and give Arsenal the title.
Yeah, that's very Spurs.
Already. I can see it. It's Spursy. We beat Fulham. We lose to Fulham. High to low in 6 days. Same team on the pitch as well. One extreme to another. Never fail to disappoint.
Any players that you would have at Tottenham from Luton?
From Luton.
He mentioned one, didn't you? I think
the left back.
I think
the left back.
100%.
Is that the left back? He is sick. Yeah, no, the left back is sick. He shouldn't be at Luton.
No, he shouldn't be. I think he'd be. If I'm honest with you, I think he'd be at Man United in the summer. So I think we need to step in.
How much do you think he'll cost, though?
I don't think it'd be that much.
No, for me, the only reason why I know of him, I was watching him. What game was it? Chelsea. Yeah, man.
Oh,
he is a different gravy, man. I think it's going to cost. Listen, with the season he's having,
50 million,
and he's been really good. It could go to like 40 to 50 million. I'm genuinely that serious. And he's worth it as well. I think he's a quality player. Man.
Yeah.
It's just the only problem that you have with signing them players, isn't it? Sorry, I'm hungry, innit?
That's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. The only problem with signing them type of players, you don't know what you're going to get to. Like, cool, coming from a low tier club. No disrespect to Luton, big up Luton, innit? But you're not the top guns, innit? You get where I'm coming from. Coming from a low tier club to someone like Tottenham, big pressure, and certain players might not be able to perform the same way. Certain things end up happening where they might even not get a look in. You get where I'm coming from? Like, somebody feed the baby. Yeah, but more or less, in it, I think he's a good player, man. He looks like he knows his trade. He does the right things at the right time, and he doesn't. The one thing about him, I realized, he doesn't like. You see, some certain left backs can either they're good going forward and they can't defend. They're bad, or they can defend but they can't go forward. For me, he's a balance of both, isn't it? He's really good on the ball. He's just a class player. I would generally, Harry, good scouting. Props to you, innit? And even like, I didn't realize until we were speaking about Luton. He's doing
Lange's job basically.
No, he's a good player. He's a good player. Anybody that hates on these players and think, oh, it's Luton, these guys, trust me, you need to watch
Could he
him.
play the inverted role though, guys? I haven't seen nothing, so I don't know.
He can. He'd be able
Do you think
to.
he'll be able to do it? Is he
Yeah,
left?
The problem with the inverted role,
Yeah.
this is another thing as well. You need to do a lot. You
It's a lot of
don't just
running.
have to. You don't just have to be able to run. You have to also be able to
Correct.
shoot. You need to also
Correct.
be able to create. So putting pressure on someone that is not familiar with the system, it's going to take him time to develop. I believe he has the tools. I think he's like what, 25? How old is he?
Let me Google it now.
He's like 25
I
or
would
something.
say.
Yeah, 25 or 20.
I thought he was
20.
20.
25 or something. I don't think he's younger than
24.
I think
He's
he's
25.
24.
Yeah, right. 24.
He's born in
Yeah,
December
cool.
1999.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the right player. Yeah, no, trust me, he's a baller, bro. He's a baller. It's just when you get to that age, if you haven't been doing it for a long period of time,
I know what he's saying.
it's hard to like develop these new things. Do you get where I'm coming from? 25 and 20, 25, 26, 27, all of these ages, you have been doing the same things over and over again. So it's kind of like become your craft. You're asking him to change his whole talent ID, which for me he could if he's a keen player, but is what it is, isn't it?
So I know Harry wanted to talk about this earlier. Harry, what's your team lineup for tomorrow?
Yeah, so I'd actually, being honest with you, would change a few things just to. Again, I don't disrespect Fulham and say it's a chance to trial things. But when you've lost 3-0, for me, you just can't keep the team the same. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit right.
Yeah.
Well, I think it'd be like one change. It'd be very similar. But for me, the back line would be Porro, Doggy, Romero, Jagason. I wouldn't risk Van der Ven. I want him fully fit for West Ham and games like that requires pace at the back if we're exploited on the counter attack. So I just don't want to take that chance there. Midfield, Sarah and Maddison are in there for me. And the third one is going to be very unpopular. And that'll be Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, purely for experience, to put his foot on the ball. I looked at us against Fulham and we lack someone to get control. We lacked experience. That felt, we just simply lacked experience. I think Højbjerg does give you that. So I would put him in there. Up top, for me, Werner has to start on the left after what I've seen. Richarlison has to start up top. Johnson has to be on the bench for me because I just prefer him off the bench. Kulusevski hasn't been good enough in the team. Son hasn't been good enough. So on that right-hand side, I think it's open between Son and Kulusevski. So that's my team.
I've been championing to put Son on the right for the past 3 months. But anyway, TJ, before I say my
team is basically the same as Harry's, except this is going to be a very controversial. I'm playing Oliver Skip. I think when we've called upon him in like games where we need an engine, and I think listen, the reason why I want someone like Oliver Skip, he's a very hard worker, and he's been proven to play at a decent level in certain games where, look, example, Newcastle. He's done a nice pass and all of that. Come on, he's. I think we need to give him a chance to like have a run out.
My lineup's wild compared to you a lot, anyway. But anyway, if you think,
So I want my midfield to be Maddison, Papa Sarr, and Skip. I think he could do the role personally. I think we need an engine, and I believe that we are going to beat Luton. So look. You guys have said to me that you're a bit nervous about the game. I think we're going to beat them with clear. I'm talking about 3-0 for me personally. I think we're going to keep a clean sheet as well. And you're going to think it's deluded. But when do I get my results wrong? I've never, ever... Remember, when I predict something, it's more likely come true 95%. I think maybe there's one performance, one result I might have got wrong. But generally speaking, I have a good, clear track record. Go on all my previews. Look at the last 5 minutes of the segment.
Correct.
100%.
Anyway. Yeah.
So the reason why I'm playing Skip, I think he's going to be the differential. Like, it's a weird pick, but I think we need engine. So Papa Sarr's a good engine. Skip is a good engine. They run. Innit? Personally, we need that. And then wingers. Look, I don't think we can change too much, but Werner has to start, obviously, and then obviously I think See, I'm playing Son. Yeah, I'm playing Son, and it's not because Richarlison has been bad. It's
Awful.
just
Yeah.
really and truly it is what it is, isn't it? Then you got and Richarlison will be a very good bench option if it's going tits up. Let's be honest with you. And Brennan Johnson, I do believe we have to just stick to this lineup, innit? Well, in terms of the front three, we have to stick to it because it is what it is, isn't it?
Well,
And that's my lineup.
mine's gonna be a bit wild. Okay,
Go
so
for it.
Vicario in goal.
Mhm.
Okay, Adogi left back.
Mhm.
Dragusin right back.
Yeah.
Davies with
No, you're
Romero in
chatting
the
about
middle.
shit, bro.
Let me
You're
finish.
chatting about
Yeah,
shit,
okay.
man. Honestly, and you and what? And Harry, you frowned when I said Oliver Skip. You frowned, and
Yeah.
and look at that lineup, bruv.
Let me finish. Bentancur, Sarr, Maddison. Yeah.
I understand that. Okay.
Let me finish. Porro right wing, Son left wing, and Richarlison up front.
But he's not going to do that. You want something that he would never do. We've all said over the last couple of streams, we want Pedro Porro to play right wing back. Pedro Porro to play not wing back, right
After
wing.
losing 3-0 to Fulham, possibly could have lost 5. Sure, we need to do something completely, try something completely different.
Look, again,
I think, you know what? I think he's not even going to change anything. We're going to say all these lineups. He's not going to change anything.
I just want, look, personally, the problem that I felt, we lost a lot. We didn't have a good engine in the midfield. That was one of our reasons of us losing. Look, even Papa Sarr was awful.
I know it's just one bad game.
In the Fulham game, yeah? Look, so this is why I want to add another engine. I understand where Harry's coming with Højbjerg. The only problem that I have with that pick is creatively going forward.
Yeah, he's not going to.
He's a bit slow.
Yeah.
And Bentancur for me has been off the pace. So for me personally, the only viable option, I only have 2 options, and that is Skip and is even Lo Celso alive? I don't know.
So Lo Celso's fit. I think he can play if you want him to play.
No, please don't.
I'll stick to what I'm saying because I generally really thought out of why I wanted to play Skip.
No, I just said he was an option. I didn't say play him, Harry.
No, I think Skip is a good option right now, because I generally believe I've seen. Look, there's been times when he's picked Skip and we're frowning and we're thinking, what the hell? And he's done a job. There's been times he's come on the pitch and got a good assist. Come on, let's be honest with you.
He's done all right.
This is my point. My point. He's done good for what he's been told to do. Yeah. Maybe he's not the best player. Maybe he's not like the Madisons, the Papa Sarrs, but he does a good job. So I want Skip to play, and I feel like he's going to be he's going to play a crucial part because you got Ross Barkley playing amazing, and you need engines. You got Townsend. Imagine Townsend is going to be running rings around, especially for Dogi. If Luton does play where I think Townsend will end up playing, or maybe he'll come off the bench. I think he will play on the right. So if a Dogi pushes up, you're gonna have to have
this is what I think. I mean, Townsend's played.
I think Townsend will be on the bench.
He's played both wings though before. He can play left and he can play right.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong as well. Again, I can
always
be wrong.
He probably be right because he's crossed with his left. Is what got them, I think, a draw against Palace.
Right. Yeah, he plays on the right more than the left.
He plays more on the right. I've seen him play on the left before.
Of course he could do it. I mean, what he's doing at his age, the experience he's got, it brings a lot to Luton. And I think they stay up because the players they've got, like Barkley and I said at the start of the season, I think Luton will do the miracle. And they've been obviously massively helped by point deductions to both Everton and Forest. But I do think they'll stay up. There's something about their team, never die attitude. And they've got the experienced players. They've got everything right for me, Luton. They've got the right recipe.
I think at the beginning of the season, they were a bit not shell-shocked. I don't know if that's the right word, but it took them a while to get to be, I hate to use this word, but competitive in games.
Absolutely.
I think they kind of maybe shocked by, because a lot of these teams that come up, there's still a difference in quality between the Championship and the Premier League, right? So when they came up, I think they felt that initially in the first 5 to 10 games. But then I think once they finally found their footing, they've actually given every team I think I've watched them play, they've given them a go, given them a proper fight. This is why I think tomorrow is not as easy as everyone makes it out to be, because especially they'll look, like I said, they'll look at the Wolves, they'll look at the Fulham game, and they'll try and do something like that. I think he'll try and do something like that again. And
Like what? So this is the first time we've kind of like had a divide, and I remember we had a divide with the Chelsea game, and I got that right. Do you want to do it? Do you want to do like a forfeit? Wait, what's your result? Do you think we're gonna lose?
I'm saying 1-1.
1-1. Okay, draw. What about you, Harry?
3-1 Spurs.
Oh, so you're on my side. You think it's gonna be
I can't see anything but a Tottenham win.
a Tottenham win? Exactly. I think we're gonna win comfortably.
I don't think it'd be comfortable. I just don't think Luton would take their chances.
I believe it's gonna be a
I'll
comfortable.
have a heart in my mouth for like 90
It'd be
minutes.
comfortable. I think it'd be a really tough afternoon, but we score the third goal in 95th minute.
So like we're 2-1 up, and it's like 70 minutes, 80 minutes, and they're pressing, and then they've got to go on the break.
Absolutely. Hit the post, hit the bar, yeah.
Doesn't seem
Fair
like
enough,
a quite nice game to watch.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not going tomorrow. Luckily, who knows what it'll be. I'm working tomorrow, so my brother's going instead.
Oh, fair enough. I'm working as well. So, like I said, I won't be at the game like usual. money
Like
has
and
to come
subscribe
in.
to the channel, guys. You haven't already.
Yeah.
I'm saying to this channel, and please sub to all three of us. So Harry Scarf, Hotspur TV, and Spursy Talks.
Yeah,
TJ, someone asked me on a stream the other day. I wasn't live, I was in the chat. Has TJ rebranded his channel yet? He actually was asking me. And I was like, I don't know, mate.
Look, I haven't. I will get to it when I feel like getting to it. No, you know what the problem is, isn't it? Yeah, it's just motivation, man. This YouTube thing is a bit long sometimes, isn't it?
Sometimes life happens, isn't it? That's what happened with me.
Like,
Your channel would do well, though. People would listen to you if you'd done things like streams and pre-recorded videos. I could see it.
I don't know.
Listen.
Look, let me be honest with you, innit? Yeah, I don't know how you guys can do it every single week. Because even when I'm looking at Hans's videos, after every match reaction, I can never like.
Mate, you know how draining it is, especially when you come back from a game and you have to do it.
Draining, man. And I don't even go to the game.
Like 2 a.m. Sometimes I do it till like 1 a.m. in the morning because I'm just so tired and like angry, like against who was it? Did we lose to? And I was really angry. I don't know who it was.
Chelsea.
No, it was quite recent. Wolves, that's it. Wolves. It took me like 3 or 4 hours to calm down because I was just so angry.
For me, when I stream every once a week, and on occasions I might go to the reaction, and maybe Marlon might message me saying, "Oh, do you want to go on to the rivals?"
Yeah,
that's okay with me, man.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Once a week is good, but once it becomes a regular pattern.
This week for the channel has been a bit of content every single day, so it's been quite interesting this week.
Yeah,
so, I love it, and I'm off for 2 weeks in Easter, and I've got 7 or 8 shows booked in so far in the 2 weeks. So, and there'll obviously be more. So I'm really excited.
I forgot how it was being at school when you have 2-3 weeks off.
I miss them days, man.
Yeah.
I've got to work for some of it. Obviously, I work in a cafe on Saturday. It looks different at Easter, so I'm working.
What do you do? Ask you, Harry. Sorry, explain it.
Of course.
What do you do in the cafe? Do you serve people? Do you make drinks? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, so what I do is I serve people. So, like sometimes we're short staff. So last Saturday, I was in charge of taking all the orders and clearing all the tables, just me, and that was my job. And sometimes it gets quite busy on Saturday, so it does make it quite interesting. And sometimes, I'm put with a tip or washing up. Hey,
is it local to Tottenham?
No, it's where I live. Yeah, no, not near Tottenham.
Essex. He's in Essex, I think.
Yeah, in Essex. So yeah, that's good. Obviously, I'm a football writer now for. Let's get the name right because they've rebranded. A bit embarrassing if I don't. Hang on, let's have a look. For the Sports Deck UK, I'm a football writer. So obviously, I'll be doing during Easter every other day. Let's say a football article, mainly based around Spurs. So looking forward to you work in Legoland. Wow, I'm not.
Yeah.
What do you do, Haz? What about you?
I work in the call center, man.
Oh yeah. You told me. Yeah,
we know where you work. I can't say it. So
yeah, you can't say it, man.
No, we can't say where you work.
because
Damn.
Levy will come and fire me, man.
Yeah, he will. He will. That's the thing. He actually will.
Yeah. Levy will come and
He
fire
knows where
me.
you want me.
Yeah, man. This is why I can't be
Get a
controversial.
knock on your door. He's like,
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, cool. No
All right.
worries. Is that the end of the stream then?
so,
Is there any more topics?
Harry, where can we find you? I think me and you are both back here tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, are you hosting?
I think you're hosting. I should be able to do it, but I'll let you know if I'm running a bit late or something. But I'll message you either way. It's
I
just
don't mind, but I haven't planned to come up with talking points or anything till the next
Nah,
day. But
I don't work
if I
in the
need to,
so
stadium.
it's
because
fine.
we've got the game in it, so we'll have talking points after the game. It's a post-match show, remember?
Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is, if I'm hosting, then I'll create talking points.
Yeah.
If I'm not,
Well,
I don't.
in group chats
I usually
anyway,
do it the
so,
next
yeah.
day. So, but if not,
Yeah.
that's fine. But yeah, you can find me on here, Spurs Kings TV. Probably be streamed to my channel as well. So tomorrow evening after the game. In terms of my channel, Scarfy Spurs, let's have a think. We got the Monday show, which should be very good as always. So I'm looking forward to that. I believe I have ability on. And then Wednesday we've got the Premier League show. Got Newcastle fan Tony and a Luton fan on. So that should be interesting. Also, yeah, a couple of Luton fans I think on as well. So that'd be really interesting.
I don't know any.
Yeah, I've got 2 Luton fans actually. That was a mistake, but there we go. It doesn't matter. So go check that out. Yeah, and you find me Partly Podcast as well, Sunday 7 p.m. So if any other podcasts,
You can find me commenting on there, but yeah.
I can't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll be interested. So you can find me anywhere there. But thank you very much for having me once again. I missed these Friday shows.
And TJ,
You can find me on Spurs Kings, and then obviously find me on the streets. But generally speaking, you're gonna see us on Monday. Are we confirmed? Yeah, Monday
4
we're gonna
o'clock,
be doing.
4 o'clock. I'm easy. Whatever time you tell me.
Yeah, so 3-4
I'll
o'clock.
write
innit?
it down for now.
Yeah, cool. 3-4 o'clock. We're gonna have another stream for the West Ham preview. And yeah, man, that's
We should finish
basically
well
it, man.
before you. Well, if as long as we finish by 6 o'clock, so Harry can eat because obviously
Yeah.
he's got his thing. So
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Plus, I wanna eat
keep
as
it a
well.
short show.
It's like
Yeah,
3,
no, we'll
4
keep it a short show.
Yeah,
Around 3. So let's aim for like an hour or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Sounds good
All right,
to me.
well,
We've actually done all right for times this week. It's an hour and 40 minutes.
well, Marlon wants us to do an hour. Impossible.
And you find me at
It's
Hotspur
impossible.
TV, so have a match.
We'll waffle too much.
Okay, so see you later, guys, and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you
Out the
Spurs.
Spurs.